Tesla dominating race to build roadside US EV chargers. Tesla is dominating the electric vehicle charger race in the United States, with the company building out its rapid charging infrastructure faster and more cost-effective than rivals. This has allowed Tesla to secure millions worth of federal grant awards, which are part of a national effort to build out a proper charging network in the U.S. Tesla's supercharger network has long been considered a competitive advantage for the electric vehicle maker due to its ease of use, reliability, and coverage. Tesla, however, has maintained that the supercharger network is no walled garden, and the company proved this by opening up its chargers for non-Tesla electric cars. Tesla also opened its EV connector, the North American Charging Standard (NACS), to the market. As noted in a report from the Wall Street Journal, some states are now starting to release the first wave of funding from the $5 billion that's intended to build out an EV charging network for the United States. The funds were approved in the 2021 Federal Infrastructure Law and are being released over 5 years. There's quite a lot of work to be done, with government data noting that there are only about 33,400 fast chargers in the U.S. And as it turns out, 3 out of 5 of all fast chargers in the United States are Tesla superchargers. This is primarily due to the fact that the supercharger network has been built out over the past decade, thus providing Tesla with the experience and expertise to ramp its charging efforts. As noted by the WSJ, Tesla is installing its superchargers faster than its rivals, and the company is accomplishing it at a cost that's 20% to 70% lower. The electric vehicle maker has won bids to build out chargers at about 18% of the sites elected by U.S. states using federal dollars. That's more than any other company, as noted by EV charging analytics firm EV Adoption. Roughly $77 million have reportedly been granted so far, and Tesla has won $8.5 million of the number. Tesla's experience in the electric vehicle sector was evident in the company's plans and bids, the report noted. Tesla's bids reportedly averaged about $392,000 per site, while the average from other companies was around $795,000. Most of the time, Tesla also looked to install 8 chargers, at times even a dozen, per site. Other companies, however, are reportedly still standing by the minimum of at least 4 rapid chargers per station that's required by the federal government. Perhaps one edge that Tesla has over its rivals is the fact that the supercharger network is not really intended to be a key moneymaker for the company. Estimates from analysts at Piper Sandler, for example, noted that revenue from the supercharger network could reach about $885 million next year and $10 billion in a decade. Even if the network's revenue reaches $10 billion, then Tesla's total revenue at the time could be over $700 billion. Source: reposted and summarized from Simon Alvarez at Teslarati. Tesla to soon begin construction on megafactory in China. Tesla is preparing to start construction of the megafactory for Megapack production in China. According to the plan, the construction of the 40 gigawatt-hours factory should start in the third quarter of this year, and production will begin in the second quarter of 2024. In April, Tesla announced it would soon begin building its second megafactory. It will located in China. The company planned to begin construction in the third quarter of this year and begin production in the second quarter of 2024. According to a statement from the Lingang Special District in April. Since then, we have not heard news about the project. However, on Monday, Tesla's top executive in China gave a few new hints. We expect to start building the megafactory for energy storage products in the near future, and the products will be mainly used for export, Xinhua news agency quoted Tesla China President Alan Wang via CNEV Post. The announcement was made during the China International Fair for Trade and Services being held in Beijing. There, Tesla officially unveiled its upgraded Model 3 on September 1st. At Investor Day in March, Tesla released its Master Plan 3, one of the key components of which was the growth in the number of energy storage batteries around the world. The company already has one megafactory, which produces megapacks. It is located in the USA. However, this is clearly not enough to meet the demand, which continues to grow at a very fast pace, so the manufacturer continues to develop. The Megapack factory in China is a great strategic move. Firstly, it will increase production, which is very important. Secondly, by producing batteries in China, they can be quickly delivered to Europe, Australia, Africa, and other countries located in the nearest regions. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. Tesla Model Y Highland-inspired Juniper upgrade. Earlier this year, reports emerged suggesting that Tesla is not only looking to upgrade the Model 3. The Model Y will eventually see a similar upgrade as well. And while the Model 3 had Project Highland, the Model Y's upgrade is reportedly called Project Juniper. What is quite interesting about the Model 3 and Model Y is the fact that the two vehicles are actually very similar. So similar, in fact, that Tesla skeptics and short sellers actually claimed that Tesla did not unveil a Model Y at all, but rather just raised the suspension on a Model 3 to pass it off as a crossover. It was a silly claim, but the vehicles were so similar that Tesla critics actually ran with the narrative for some time. The similarities between the Model 3 and Model Y are evident. They share numerous parts and design cues, both in their interior and exterior. Thus, when the Model 3 Highland was unveiled last week, Tesla enthusiasts also received some solid direction as to what the Model Y Juniper would look like. Some of these concepts have been shared on social media platforms such as X. A number of them, which were posted by concept artist Lamian Design, looked extremely plausible due to their balanced look and evident Model 3 Highland cues. This could be seen in the concept images: Highland-inspired headlights, taillights, and fascia, among others. The concept images were received warmly by electric vehicle enthusiasts, with many noting that if the Model Y's Juniper upgrade does result in such a vehicle being released, then the all-electric crossover would definitely maintain its place as one of the world's highest-selling cars. If the concept images are any indication, Model 3 Highland-inspired cues definitely make the Model Y look sleek and attractive. The Model Y is Tesla's most understated car. It's very minimalist compared to the Model S and Model X, and it does not have the sporty silhouette of the Model 3. It's also the slowest car in Tesla's lineup. Despite these, the Model Y is a well-balanced all-electric crossover that strikes a great balance between performance and utility. And when these characteristics are wrapped in a package that's offered at a reasonable price, one could create a best-selling vehicle. Source: reposted and summarized from Simon Alvarez at Teslarati. Estimated Tesla order backlog stabilized. The estimated Tesla global electric car order backlog seems to be stabilizing above 50,000 units in the past few months, down from around 100,000 in the first quarter. We find this metric to be an interesting tool to better understand the relationship between supply and demand. According to Troy Teslike Twitter, an invaluable source for Tesla stats and forecasts, the estimated global order backlog as of August 16, 2023, was roughly 54,000 units. That's the same number as on July 31st. The estimated number varies between 49,000 and 60,000 since mid-June. The numbers are based on carefully tracked Tesla-related stats: production volume, average wait times for each model trim, as shown in the attached tweet. The volume corresponds to about 18 days of manufacturing capacity, which appears to be a stable level as well. We guess that Tesla does not want to go below 50,000 and about 2 weeks of production capacity, simply because it would be not optimal from the logistics perspective. To attract more orders and match increasing capacity, the company has to consider price changes or improve the products. The second half of the year will be very interesting because the plant upgrades in Q3 are expected to limit production. While the newly introduced upgraded Model 3 might spark a new wave of orders. Those things might be seen in the stats in about a month. For reference, here are the numbers for previous periods' wait times. August 16, 2023, 54,018 days. July 31, 2023, 54,018 days. July 16, 2023, 60,018 days. June 30, 2023, 49,017 days. June 19, 2023, 59,018 days. In terms of particular markets, the balance between supply and demand remains marked red, considered too low for all major markets: United States, Europe, and China. The shortest wait time for new cars is in the US and Canada, 14 days, although it was 11 2 weeks ago for almost all models. In Europe, the estimated order backlog and average wait times are longer, 27 days. Interestingly, in China, it's 17 days, but that's the number before the new Model 3 was introduced. Deliveries are expected in Q4. Estimated order backlog change in about 2 weeks. United States, 14,246, 14 days, increased by 3 days. Canada, 728, 14 days, increased by 3 days. Europe, 20,034, 27 days, decreased by 4 days. China, 14,777, 17 days, increased by 2 days. Other, 4,078, 17 days, decreased by 15 days. Total, 53,863, 18 days, stable. Source: reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at Inside EVS. Tesla leads Greenpeace efficiency rankings. Tesla leads the Greenpeace efficiency rankings, which evaluated the top 30 automotive brands in Europe. Remarkable is the fact that the German brands are far behind, located at the bottom of the list. The current Greenpeace assessment examines the performance of the top-selling models of Europe's 30 biggest car brands. They are considered in categories such as energy consumption, space, and raw material use. The result showed that manufacturers have not yet aligned their model portfolios with regard to the efficiency of all models. Gasoline, diesel, and plug-in hybrids continue to dominate the market, yet Tesla, with its electric vehicles, stands out significantly. Tesla leads the overall rankings with its electric models. The company is focused on bringing the best electric vehicles to market to encourage consumers to move away from internal combustion engine vehicles. The company's efforts do not go unnoticed, and both consumers and various rating agencies recognize Tesla and its line of vehicles. It is followed by Dacia and Peugeot in second and third places, respectively. Tesla has shown the best performance in terms of energy efficiency. Dacia demonstrates above-average space and raw material efficiency. Peugeot finishes in the top 10 in all 3 categories reviewed. The German brands VW, Audi, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche, on the contrary, showed the worst results, taking 23rd, 24th, 26th, 27th, and 30th places respectively. Cars of these brands are very fuel-intensive. This year, many automakers have not joined the IAA Munich International Motor Show. Among them are Stellantis, Toyota, Mazda, Suzuki, and Honda. The German automotive industry is living like there is no tomorrow, said Greenpeace traffic expert Marissa Reiserer. The huge energy consumption of their cars leads to a climate crisis. The high weight increases the exploitation of raw materials. To end this waste, we need a transport policy that no longer equates mobility with car ownership, she added. Here is the full Greenpeace ranking. The energy efficiency advantage of electric vehicles is significant. While Tesla, with its comparatively large and heavy vehicles, ends up at the bottom of the brand table in categories such as space efficiency and raw material use. The bottom line is that there is a clear lead in the overall ranking thanks to a clear lead in energy efficiency, Greenpeace said in a statement. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian.